Yeah, shout out Mojave. You know what I'm saying? Asian women over white women. Bro, this is how it is for me. It's Asian women and black women is like neck and neck for me. Like that's all I've ever been. Like that's been my whole thing. I have such a strong appreciation for both. I didn't say Blasian. I said Asian women and black women. That's what I said. What are you talking about? I said I won. You won what? I did see the button video. What about Latinas? I mean, that's why I said before I don't have a type, but I've just noticed the trend of women that I've liked the most or been most attracted to has been black and Asian women. But any woman that I think is attractive, it don't matter what, ethnic background it is. It don't matter. But that's just what I've noticed. I've been most, associated with, I guess. Said any woman but white women. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not the type of like, white woman. Like, I know it's jokes, but I genuinely don't give a fuck if somebody gets with a white person at all. I don't care. As long as you find them attractive and they understand, you know what I'm saying, those ethnic and racial boundaries. That's all. White women just not for you. That's fair. But I also don't like really love that take. Like, I don't love the take only because it's like literally any person can be the most attractive to you. Like, you just don't. I think me denying myself of someone that I think is very attractive simply because they are of this particular background, if we vibe and we get along and we cool, like, the other shit shouldn't matter. But they have to acknowledge, you know what I'm saying, our ethnic differences. And it's easier to be in a relationship or just be around someone where you don't have to explain that or have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's just less of a hassle. I don't feel like having a conversation about shit that you can't do and say, and you got to understand this and that. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. I don't want to explain that. And I feel minority women generally understand that and get it without having it having to be explained, especially black women, obviously. But, I've never had that issue with Asian women before. Never had that issue with any other, group of women. But those are just the two that I found myself generally most attracted to. What do you want? That's crazy. He said, no, you're right. I'll go find a white woman and report back. Like, it could be a case study done on, like, interracial relationships. I don't look at interracial relationships like the black person or the minority in the relationship is like a weak link or anything. But based off of the way, I don't want to say it like that their white person, quote unquote, is a pet, but based off of the way that your significant other communicates certain issues, lets me know how you view yourself in the grand scheme of things and what you think is worth having a discussion or argument about. But again, it don't make somebody racist for not wanting to have that conversation. I think Dr. Umar's heart is in the right place. He's just misguided with a lot of his takes. Like, unironically, some of the shit that he says be actual facts, but a lot of the time he goes about saying it the complete wrong way. He is a bum, but sometimes bums be spitting. Sometimes. What if I'm racist to whites? You can't be racist to white people, but you can display prejudice to white people. I think banning certain people from certain things just based off of that is kind of stupid, and it shows that you're a bit of an asshole and you're not progressing anything by acting like an asshole specifically because someone is white. But I mean, yeah, you already know about the whole power dynamic and being racist or not, but you can still be an asshole. Interpersonal racism is a thing, and what else? Prejudice is still a thing. So obviously don't do any of those things. Those are very bad. And that's also why I don't like white guilt. I don't want a white person sitting up here telling me, oh yeah, I deserve to be treated like a doormat out of some weird sense of white guilt. Get the fuck away from me, you weirdo. That's just me though. Don't that term wait, huh? You're going to have to retype that because I don't know what the that mean. I don't know what you just said. White people just need to know when to chill sometime. I'm cool with white people. People just gotta mind their business. That's all. I've been fetishized by some white women and some, like, one Filipino, but in general, just based off the premise of being like, oh, this is just a black guy and I just want to be with a black person. That hasn't happened like too often. But I think that's based off of the type of white people or the type of girl that you know. You gotta meet a really trashy girl that will just get with you off solely based off of the color of your skin. You basically saying you don't have to be attracted to me whatsoever. You just want to fuck because you think it's a trend. That's weird. You have to find a special type of trash that wants to get with you for that reason. I like me an Asian is hilarious, even though it sounds terrible. I hate when a nigga be with white women and then simultaneously trash on black women. Be weird as fuck. Yeah, I don't see too much of that, but I hear it's a thing. I don't see it too often, but I do hear it's a thing. That really hasn't been my issue. I mean, obviously that exists, but what I've seen more of is white women acting crazy around black men who they're in a relationship with.
Shawn, I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I see as a stronger problem, because
the Stewart with nothing but an apron on.
He's still talking.
That woman is 82
He's still
years
talking.
old.
He's still going.
I understand.
He's still going.
Now. Also, happy birthday,
I'm about to elaborate as soon as he finished. Wait, I'm not gonna lie, you made me like this. I saw a clip of Martha Stewart. Oh God. Okay, what I mean by that is, if you're a minority and your woman or your guy is saying certain shit that they shouldn't be saying, if you've taken on the responsibility of making sure that you've taken on the responsibility of being responsible for some of the shit that they say to other people. So if they go out of they start going crazy, it's an indignation against you. They kind of like your child. It's so that's why it's just too much of a hassle. Second, you're saying I made you like Martha Stewart. No, you're just finally seeing how great the gilf lifestyle is. I don't know how old Martha Stewart is. You saying she 82, but when you look at certain people, right? You're like, yo, this is crazy. She looks crazy with her age. And it's not that the age is what I'm attracted to. It's, yo, this is like premium gas. You feel what I'm saying? I've never seen a white girl call her black boyfriend a nigga before, ever in my life. Now, I've seen some white girls say some crazy shit around their black boyfriends or their black men, where it's like, yo, you clearly haven't trained your bitch. And I don't like talking like that. Well, that's low key what I say in my head, because I'm like, you responsible for this weirdo. Like, that's how I be talking in my head. Like, go train your dog. That's how I feel when I be hearing certain shit. But I haven't seen that yet. That would be a new level of ass licking, I guess you could say, for your girl to be able to say that. Like, you had to have told her, you could say nigga when we at the house. You could say nigga to me. Like, that's kind of crazy. I don't play around with the race jokes anyway, though. You was out with this one girl and she said she scared to say the N-word around me. And I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? What do you mean? It was a white girl that said she was scared to say the N-word around you, or it was a black girl? I'm confused. Sound like a white situation.